President Trump appears to be planning to return to Mar-a-Lago this weekend. According to the White House, Air Force One is scheduled to arrive at Palm Beach International Airport tomorrow afternoon. The FAA has also issued temporary flight restrictions over Palm Beach starting tomorrow.
Tonight, NORAD, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, warning that all pilots make sure they're aware of temporary flight restrictions surrounding Mar-a-Lago and anywhere else the president might be present. Investigative reporter Terry Parker just got a rare inside look at how the NORAD fighter pilots intercept pilots who violate that airspace. And Terry, they take all of these violations seriously.
They sure do, Tiffany. They're concerned because there have been 24 restricted airspace violations around Mar-a-Lago since President Trump has been in office, way more than in the president's first term. NORAD invited me to Homestead Air Reserve Base yesterday to see how the fighter pilots carry out these missions. With the help of the Civil Air Patrol, they staged an impressive simulation. If you're a pilot, you don't want this to happen to you. Imagine you're flying your private plane peacefully in the cloud-studded Florida sky when suddenly this happens. Right, that's an F-15 fighter jet giving you a heads up that something is very wrong.
Oh wow, that's enough to get your attention right there.
Let's look at it again in slow motion. The F-15 is a fully armed fighter jet flown by a NORAD pilot whose job it is to get unauthorized aircraft out of a temporarily restricted airspace, like the one over Mar-a-Lago every time President Trump is in town.
The whole point when we wind up having to intercept somebody is for us to be known and let that Cessna, that whatever airplane it is, know that an armed air defense fighter is pulled up alongside it.
When any unauthorized aircraft strays into the TFR area surrounding Mar-a-Lago, fighter jet pilots like these stationed at Homestead Air Reserve scramble.
You're almost a machine at that point. You're just running as fast as you can. Everything comes down to muscle memory really quick.
Within minutes, pilots are suited up in the cockpit and then taking off in an impressive show of military force. These jets can travel at supersonic speeds if needed.
So if an aircraft sees us fly up alongside it with our wings rocking, and then we go into a gentle turn into a direction, that's an intent to tell us to follow them.
Usually it's a mistake. The private pilot didn't check the TFR alerts the FAA requires they check before every flight, but it can be costly, resulting in fines, a grilling by the FAA and Secret Service, and even a loss of your pilot's license. And the fighter pilots can get increasingly aggressive if the private pilots don't immediately comply, even performing what's called a headbutt, flying right in front of the plane's nose.
I never have performed a headbutt in real life. Usually once people notice that there's a fighter pulled up on their wing, they get on the radio pretty fast and they become compliant pretty quick.
And earlier this month, F-16s had to shoot off flares to get the attention of a private pilot flying over Trump International Golf Course while the president was there. These flights are armed and they're ready to use missiles if there is a real threat. So go to our website to find out what you should do if it does, unfortunately, happen to you. Terry Parker, WPBF 25 News.